Hello, this is Alexis, and I'm going to be talking about my family math night activity that I decided on. So I looked through a handful, and one that really stood out to me was a Connect 4 game. And the way that this works as far as incorporating math is that you get your Connect 4 game, and then on the individual tiles that you and your students will use to play the game, depending on the grade and grade level and ability of your students, you're able to put and label those tiles. So for the younger grades, say kindergarten through second, you're able to put 1s, 2s, 3s on your individual tiles, and then you proceed to tell your students, we're going to add up to the number 4, or we're going to add up to the number 7. And then all of a sudden your students have all of these tiles with numbers on them, and they have to use those numbers to add up to the special number you're adding up to. So say you're adding up to 7, your students have a combination of numbers that they're able to use to get to the number 7. If they want to use 2 3-piece tiles and a 1-piece tile, absolutely, they're able to do that. So you're going beyond the boundaries of just Connect 4. You do not need to connect 4 individual pieces no longer. Instead, you're adding up to your specific numbers that you assign your students. Now, for the older kids, specifically 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, even 6th grade, some of the 6th graders could use this help. And it's fun, to be honest. I think this is a lot of fun for a game. You are able to, instead of using just whole numbers, you are now able to put in fractions. So if I have pieces that are quarters or pieces that are halves or thirds, you throw that into the mix and tell them you need to connect your numbers to make a whole number. So you can have 4 fourths add up to a fourth, or you can have halves. Now, because of the halves, I would say you need to add up to 2 if you're going to use halves, only because that way you're using 4 pieces and it adds a little rigor to your Connect 4 game. But even thirds, you have 3 pieces that you need to get in a line. You can get it across, you can get it up and down, you can get it diagonal. Same rules apply from Connect 4. Again, you're just using the numbers rather than the colors specifically. The other thing to add on to is that I have standards for this. So there's a handful of standards that you can apply to this, because most of it is just adding numbers, whether it's whole numbers or fractions. So I'm going to just read it off my computer. This is a 1st grade standard, and it says apply properties of addition to find a sum of 3 or more whole numbers. Perfect. Connect 4 numbers. It works. And then this is 4th grade standard. Add and subtract fractions with like denominators, including mixed numbers and fractions greater than 1. If you want to add even more rigor to your game, you can add mixed fractions. It's all about what you want for your family math night or your classroom or math centers, whatever you're using them for. The only thought that I had with this is that you probably want to have at least 2 Connect 4 games. That way, at least for family math night, you're able to use whole numbers and have those tiles be whole numbers. And then in your other kit, you can have fractions or decimals or mixed numbers, whatever math term you want them to be focusing on. Absolutely, you can use that. My last food for thought with that is that if you don't want to buy 2 Connect 4 games, you can always paint the back sides of your tiles, and then all of a sudden, say you use the colors purple and orange, so you have a red tile, and on the back you can have purple. On the yellow tile you can have orange on the back, and all of a sudden you can use that as 2 separate games. Just a thought. I would love to hear your thoughts about this math game and what you liked, what you didn't like. I can't wait to hear about the rest of yours.